Hey, discerning listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. The other way. Let's watch.
Mi amor, yo. Ay, no. Tanto tiempo.
Okay, I'm gonna cry. Please make this one work out. Please make this one work. Don't make this one bad. Please don't make this one bad. Okay, so Gabe, 32, Florida, trans, and Isabel, 34, Colombia, 2 kids, lovely kids, 11 and 16. Gabe's sister is a delight, and they have a good relationship. Gabe is just a beacon of wonderfulness and hope. I'm going to cry again. I applaud 90 Day Fiancé for finally having a cast member that is from this community, a trans person, and that is wonderful. For some reason, I had just given up hope that would ever happen. I just figured, why hasn't it happened yet? But I applaud that. There's more diversity as we go through the 90 Day Fiancé seasons, I think, in sexual orientation and in gender identity. So, but yeah, please make this work. Make this be a Kenny and Armando, please. I can't take it if it's not. So what I've learned about their relationship is that they have to get married in 94 days in Colombia because of the visa, or else he has to go home, and they, I guess, have to get married a different time. So they have to, but I don't know, their relationship seems pretty strong. I think they've seen each other. I'm trying to remember from my notes. I don't see anything, but I think they've had a lot of contact together. I also really want it to work for the kids' sake. The kids are pretty bonded to him. And so this is wonderful, though, because the amount of politicalization of trans people is obvious to any American, and maybe throughout the world, I don't know. But in the United States, it's heavily politicized. And whenever I hear conservatives freaking out and having some sort of panic about it, I'm just like, have you met an actual trans person? Don't look on the internet, because you look on you can find an outlier in any group, right? You can find. That's what I worry about our society, because the weirdos at the fringes of a particular group. I'm Japanese American. You can find a weird Japanese American that is speaking as if they represent all Japanese Americans when they don't. But they're the loudest and most annoying, and they get propped up on Fox News, and now all the conservatives hate Japanese Americans. I don't think that's true, but in that example, but you know what I'm saying. Or the opposite. Some outlier among Republicans will be propped up, and all the liberals go like, and I worry about us, because that sort of thing has been happening for a long time, but I feel like people should know better when they're watching stuff on the internet, that they should say like, well, who knows what all they think. And plus, we're just seeing a snippet of what they talk about. And people do that to me sometimes. They'll misquote me. They will say like, oh, well, Dr. Honda said this. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Or, well, not really. I mean, you're painting it in a certain way that I said, they're using me as an attack on someone else. It's like, well, Dr. Honda agrees with me. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what I was saying. And why are you, what? And then now, how many people would associate me with that ridiculous notion? And I just wish people would be 99% skeptical of every claim that is made on the internet, because it's all just there to get clicks. It's all just there, you should always just be like, well, and because that's how I am. If you watch the trial with me, whenever I was watching anything, I was like, well, and people would say, well, there's this document, you got to look at this, and this proves that Amber Heard is terrible, or this proves that Johnny Depp is terrible. And I'd be like, well, okay, I'll consider it, but I don't know, you're getting it from the internet, and you're on the internet, and I'm on the internet, so I don't know, I wasn't there. I'm not ground level with all the information. I wasn't on the jury. I wasn't one of their friends. I'm just watching this through a pinhole. The analogy is you're in the outfield of a baseball game, you're center field, and there's a pinhole in the fence, and you're watching the game. You're like, you missed the tag, or that wasn't a strike. You're like, you're too far away. You can't know, but you have all these opinions about it, right? So anyway, it's great that for people watching this show, I'm guessing a lot of people have never met an actual trans person. And so to actually meet a trans person and to say, okay, well, that's one example of, it's one of millions of trans people, but it's one, and that's better than zero. Or it's better than that weird person they propped up on Fox News that misrepresented the community somehow, or represented some fringe idea, or I don't know. I'm not talking about any particular, by the way, but Gabe is a wonderful ambassador to the world. I mean, I have trans friends, obviously, because why wouldn't I? Everyone, I would hope, does. I'm not saying that's some, my point is that the trans people that I know are not represented in the political discourse. You'll hear these accusations like, well, when they go in the bathroom, what are they going to do? They're going to, and it's just like, when trans people go to the bathroom, they just want to go to the bathroom. Like, what are you concerned about? As if cisgender people don't try to abuse people in bathrooms as well. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is just, I don't know. So anyway, I applaud 90 Day Fiancé. I applaud Gabe. Gabe is a very brave person. There's been so many moments when I've been watching thus far with all four of them, honestly. We haven't had much contact with the boy, but the daughter, Isabel, Gabe, they just seem like wonderful, wonderful people. And please make this go into Kenny and Armando. There could be a couple issues. With Kenny and Armando, there were a couple issues. There were some conflicts, and, we saw them, and I commented on them. And but they were pretty innocuous. It was just a lot with their family, right? And that came around. Armando's dad was, dragging his feet, but, Armando was rolling with it, understanding of it. And so, please make this work. Okay, well, let's end there, and tune in next time when I continue watching. And everyone, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it. You really, really do.